How to counter Wesker explained in 3 minutes. Ready to go. A quick way to tell that Wesker is your killer at the start of the trial is that if you see chests and you look at the player icons, you see black splotches behind the characters, you know that it'll be Wesker. If you ever do find yourself in the max infection, always cleanse, or else you'll be prone to an insta pickup from Wesker and you'll move 8% slower. And when cleansing, be careful where you actually spray, because Wesker will be able to see you with killer instinct right after you spray. There are different advantages to being in an open or a closed area in a chase with Wesker. Open areas are more beneficial if you're going to get dashed no matter what, because in those scenarios, line up your hits so that when Wesker actually does dash, he dashes you and just throws you into an open area, not an object. And all it'll do, he'll just keep sending you flying over and over, but he won't be actually injuring you, so it'll just be wasting his time at that point. And if you find yourself in a closed area with Wesker, stay close to objects so you can quickly jump behind to avoid getting dashed on. Try and have unpredictable movement, straying left and right so that he might miss his dashes. In both open and closed areas, along with unpredictable movement, make sure that when he's going for his second consecutive dash, cut the straight line of sight, because he can only adjust in a straight line, so stay out of those lines of sight. When you're inside of a loop with Wesker, make sure to run super tight loops so that your hitbox won't stick out at the edge of the corner and he won't be able to get a cheeky dash hit on you. And if you ever do find him winding up mid-loop, that's the best chance you have of resetting it and going to the opposite side of the loop that he's on, because he's walking slower then. And if you get to pick your next loop, try and avoid the really small loops or really long and straight loops. Instead, try to go to the ones that have unorthodox little objects sticking out of them so that you can easily hide behind those objects when he dashes forward. When dealing with vaults on windows and pallets, with pallets, do not pre-drop them. This is Wesker's biggest punisher on survivors, is just being able to quickly vault over those pre-drop pallets. Instead, you want to either fake drop the pallet by quickly stepping back into the pallet and then continuing on your loop, or pretend as if you're going to keep going across the loop, double back, and then actually drop the pallet right on him and get the stun. And it's good to note that you can actually pallet stun him mid-dash, and if you're really confident that you can make Wesker miss a dash, definitely go for the fake, because once he's in his dash, he can only go straight forward. So dodge inside of his line of sight, then out of it, and you should be good to go. And when dealing with windows and already dropped pallets, if the killer is winding up and you know he's going to hit you if you vault them, the best thing to do is to fake vault that window or pallet, so that when he does dash towards that vault, he'll actually vault completely over and he'll lose a ton of time in the chase catching up to you, because you'll already be on the other side of the loop unharmed. And make sure to not stand directly behind a vault, because you'll still get injured if Wesker decides to dash to that vault.